Welcome back to the deep dive. Today, we are setting aside the traditional spreadsheets and security warning
hmm
because we are exploring a really radical idea that banking can and maybe even must become a lifestyle brand.
It's a huge shift.
It is. Our source material today is this fantastic case study on the strategic redesign of Liv Bank. They launched as the UAE's first digital-only lifestyle bank way back in 2017 under the Emirates NBD umbrella.
Right. A real pioneer in the region.
So the mission for you, the learner, is to quickly distill how a market leader in the Middle East is innovating its entire ecosystem.
And we mean the entire ecosystem.
Exactly, from, core aesthetics and hyper-personalization all the way to some truly groundbreaking uses of 3D and spatial computing.
All of it tailored to capture that massive Gen Now market across the MENAT region.
And here's where it gets really interesting. Liv's ambition wasn't just to, update their mobile app.
No, not at all.
They were simultaneously developing an immersive spatial banking concept, designing an educational app for children, and defining a whole new value proposition.
It's an incredible scope. And that transformation led to them winning some major awards, including Digital Bank of the Year in MENAT 2024.
Which was all built around this Live Ahead mandate from 2023, empowering users not just to bank ahead, but to genuinely live ahead.
And to understand that, I think, you really have to understand the target market first.
Oh, okay.
When we talk about Gen Now in the MENAT region, so Millennials and Gen Z, we're talking about a demographic that is uniquely sophisticated and demanding.
How so?
They live in this very fast-paced, high-standard environment. They just don't tolerate weak UI UX, and their design expectations are often set by, like, global fashion houses or luxury car brands.
Then the sources really emphasize that this is not a patient audience.
Not at all.
If those high expectations aren't met, immediately, they're just quick to switch services. It's not about if the bank is functional anymore.
It's about whether the bank fits their identity.
Right, exactly.
And Liv recognized this pivot from, utility to identity.
So what did they do?
Well, when they partnered with the design firm UXDA, they gave them this monumental three-part challenge.
Okay.
First, overhaul the core mobile app, which they called Liv X. Second, rapidly expand the ecosystem with an immersive spatial banking experience. And third, they needed to build their future customer base with a financial education app for kids, Liv Lite.
That is a complete strategic reframing. And they were navigating some pretty big constraints, right?
Huge constraints.
Yeah, trying to maintain brand consistency with Emirates NBD's design system, that's tricky when you're trying to reinvent things.
And they had to launch all three products under a strict timeline to debut at a major exhibition. It was an extremely demanding brief.
So that live ahead mandate really required them to prove they were pioneers.
Not just followers. Precisely.
And the innovation wasn't just in the app's look and feel. What about the actual financial products they introduced?
The product team clearly understood that psychology of now. The source notes a couple of great examples. They launched the region's first zero-fee digital lending.
Okay, that's big.
And in-app IPO subscriptions, making these complex investments just instantly accessible. But maybe the most telling example was the game on deposit activity.
I love that detail. Can you unpack the game on deposit for us?
Absolutely. So Liv introduced a fixed deposit product where the interest rate wasn't static. It was gamified based on the results of the 2024 European football tournament.
Wow.
And this is more than just clever marketing. It integrates a huge real-world passion point football directly into a traditionally, let's face it, dry financial product. It turns saving money into a current event.
So Liv is basically signaling, we get your life, and we're going to make your finances relevant to your passions.
That's it. That contextual relevance is the entire ballgame for Gen Now.
Okay, so let's unpack that core product, Liv X, the new digital lifestyle app for Millennials and Gen Z.
Right. And the goal here was to transform banking from a dry utility into, as they put it, an artful extension of their lives.
And that gets us to the design philosophy, which is kind of wild.
It really is. To resonate with this tech-savvy, fashion-conscious group, the designers explicitly ignored traditional bank design. They looked to high-end sources.
Like what?
We're talking design references straight from Vogue, Harper's Bazaar,
Wow.
the world of fashion, basically. Alongside art galleries, modern luxury objects like bear brick figurines, and even the architecture of Zaha Hadid.
That is a fundamental shift.
Yeah.
What does borrowing from high-end fashion signal to a user that traditional bank design just doesn't?
I think it's deeper than just wealth. It signals aesthetic trust.
Aesthetic trust.
Yeah. Traditional banks convey trust through metaphors of, like, a fortress, right? Heavy, rigid, secure. Gen now already assumes security.
Right, that's table stakes.
It is. They're looking for a brand that feels modern, fluid, curated. So when you reference Zaha Hadid, you're embracing curves and flow. In the app, that translates to fluid transitions, clean typography. It tells the user, we manage your money with the same high standard you apply to your wardrobe.
That distinction is key. And the source points out this personalization isn't just a nice to have. McKinsey research shows 71% of consumers expect it.
And 76% get frustrated when they don't get it. And that frustration is a huge opportunity cost.
So how did Liv X solve for that?
They tackled it head-on with visual customization. They created 5 distinct design themes, each with different color accents, all tailored to that art-inspired lifestyle. It lets the user change the whole look of the app based on their mood.
That makes the app feel less like a tool they have to use and more like a curated space.
Exactly. And they realized banking can't just be about transactions, so they built loyalty by moving beyond the transaction list with something called the Community Hub.
Okay, what's in the hub?
It has 3 key sections. First is engagement, which is all about transparency, informing users about their relationship with Liv. Second, the Liv Explorer. And this is vital. It replaces those annoying random marketing banners with personalized, relevant product suggestions that actually align with your lifestyle.
More relevant suggestions. So less noise, higher conversion. That's a win-win.
And the third piece is empowerment. This part gives you lifestyle-aligned financial tips, not lectures, but tools. And they wove in some subtle gamification like membership levels to turn engagement into loyalty.
And they connected it to the physical world, too.
They did. The whole experience extends to the physical payment card, a premium black card that uses the same stylish accents from the logo. It's all one cohesive identity.
Speaking of extending that experience, let's pivot to the truly revolutionary piece of this puzzle.
Yeah.
The leap into spatial computing.
Liv X Spatial.
Their immersive banking concept on the Apple Vision Pro, which they showed off just 4 months after the device even launched.
This is where Liv really demonstrated that pioneering spirit. And, we should probably clarify what spatial computing even means in a financial context.
Good idea.
It means moving beyond the flat 2D screen. It's about using the 3D environment to make data and interactions feel tangible, intuitive, and often shared. They didn't just port their app to a headset, they rethought the entire interaction model.
And they framed the whole experience with the aesthetics of a modern art gallery.
Yeah, exactly. To harmonize with the Liv X philosophy. And they highlighted 3 groundbreaking scenarios.
What were they?
So the first was household finance. They created this AI-powered dashboard for a streamlined overview of linked family spending. Instead of everyone staring at their own phone, they're seeing this shared, floating data set in a communal space.
That makes perfect sense. It encourages financial discussions.
It's designed for it. The second scenario was tangible asset investments. This is huge in a region that values luxury. Investing in, say, a rare watch offers a sense of ownership that a stock symbol just can't. Liv X Spatial lets you explore these assets as dynamic, high-fidelity 3D models.
And this is where we get that incredible example from the case study, isn't it?
Yes, the crucial example. A user can digitally try on a Patek Philippe watch on their own hand before they invest.
Wow.
It's not just a picture, it's an interactive visualization that turns the investment from a line on a spreadsheet into this tangible, emotional experience.
It sounds incredible, but does that raise a question? Is there a risk that these beautiful experiences, like trying on a luxury watch, might overshadow the actual financial risk involved?
That's a highly relevant point. The key is balance. The source suggests that while the visualization elevates the emotional connection, the AI system provides the necessary concise data right alongside it. The goal isn't to hide the data, but to make the impact of the decision clearer.
So the immersion sets a new bar. Okay, hit me with the third scenario.
The third one tackles a classic high-stress moment: car purchases with a loan.
Oh, yeah.
The goal was to transform this bureaucratic process into a celebration. So in the spatial environment, you can interact with a 3D model of your car, customize it in a really tactile way.
And how did they integrate the financial part?
This is the genius touch. A user can add personalized, celebratory things to the digital model, like putting a digital bow or flowers on it. And the unique feature is that those exact touches will then appear on the physical car when it's delivered to your real-world address.
So they integrated the digital celebration directly with the real-world delivery?
Precisely. They turned a cold financial commitment into a warm, immediate reward. It's no wonder the FinTech Summit audience was abuzz and wanted to use it daily. It proved this isn't a gimmick.
Okay, now let's turn to the foundation of all this future growth, Liv Lite, the financial education app for kids from 8 to 18.
Building that foundation for future growth is a massive strategic play. And what's so brilliant about Liv Lite is that its design is tailored to evolve with the user's age.
How does that segmentation work in practice?
For the younger kids, ages 8 to 12, the design is playful, energetic. There's a realistic 3D in-app buddy who embodies confidence and curiosity. It's all about positive reinforcement and visual communication.
So it's making money management fun, not like homework.
That's the objective. Then, as users get older, 13 to 18, the app totally shifts. The interface becomes sleek, contemporary, and aligns with the adult Liv X aesthetic.
It's intentionally preparing them.
Yes, preparing them for the adult app they'll get at 18. And this older group gets more sophisticated features, like bill payments and money requests, to match their growing independence.
That intentional progression smooths the transition and helps secure a customer for life. And the research they did for Liv Lite also brought up a fascinating detail, didn't it?
It did. The research showed that kids genuinely want to see their banking cards, physical and digital, in their wallets. It makes them feel more grown up.
Right.
So the bank cleverly capitalized on this by creating a set of vibrant interactive stickers featuring that in-app buddy.
Stickers. That seems almost counterintuitive for such a sophisticated brand.
It's extremely subtle genius. These stickers are designed to be used on their physical cards or belongings. It's a physical piece of a digital identity.
Ah, I see.
It fosters real-life community building. If your friend has the cool Liv Lite sticker, a financial product suddenly becomes a tangible social status symbol, even at age 8.
That closes the loop on the physical-digital ecosystem. Okay, let's zoom out and synthesize this whole strategy. What is the single biggest implication here for the financial services industry?
The core takeaway, I think, is that success in this market is no longer just about tech or scale. It's about absolute surgical alignment with the customer's identity and their specific lifestyle.
So if your app doesn't reflect the same level of design sophistication as the user's favorite fashion magazine,
Right.
you're already losing.
Exactly. Liv's continuous adaptation and focus on pioneering tech like spatial banking really highlights their role as a driver of transformation. And by integrating both gamification and that human lifestyle-focused touch, they secure loyalty through emotional resonance.
They've successfully transformed banking from, I guess, a storage facility for money into a tool to help you proactively live ahead.
That's the goal.
And what Liv has proven, with all the positive feedback and the awards, is the profound impact that this lifestyle-driven innovation has on both customer loyalty and clear market leadership.
Which leads us to a final sort of provocative thought for you to consider based on the sheer scope of this. If banking can become a fully personalized, art-inspired, age-progressing companion, from an 8-year-old's app with stickers to a spatial platform where you can virtually try on a luxury asset, does this signal the absolute end of the traditional impersonal bank account and the birth of a mandatory digital financial identity that's intrinsically tied to our personal style and our aspirations? Think about how much that changes the relationship between you and your money.